Let's check in with Dave Bossie right now, and we'll see what his take is on it. The president and chair of Citizens United. There he is at Mar-a-Lago. He understands the mind of Trump as well as any can. So what is your story of the night so far?
It's a great night to be a Republican in America. We're taking the country back. Tonight's going to be a great night. We haven't seen all the votes counted yet, but we're going to win back a majority in the United States House of Representatives, and that effectively ends Joe Biden's disastrous legislative agenda, his socialist agenda for America that clearly is being rejected right now. So we're winning governor's races. The Senate's obviously very close. We're going to continue to watch all night long.
Dave Bossie, is that your way of saying that the Republican ambition, if they take control of the House, is to just block Biden?
Well, that's going to be one of the elements, is to make sure you stop. When you're in a hole, okay, Chris, when you're in a hole, the first rule of being in a hole is to stop digging. And that's what we're going to do, is to make sure that we don't allow Joe Biden to dig America into any greater financial hole than he's already put us into. And he's created a generational hole, something that our children and our grandchildren are going to be paying for. So we are going to have a good night here. You guys, I'm going to be honest here. You guys are the only ones that listening to your broadcast here that's talking about a tsunami. I haven't heard tsunami until tonight, but we're having a red wave in the House for certain, and we'll look and see what happens with the Senate as the night goes on.
I'm not smiling or laughing at you, but what you said caused Morgan Ortagus to basically pour half a glass of water all over the table. Now, I'm not saying correlation is causation, but even a seasoned anchor such as myself could not resist what had just happened there. Thank God it wasn't hot water.
Morgan was so right. Morgan was so right on the election deniers, because we're going to find out what Democrats are going to be hypocritical tonight when they don't win these races, and they're going to be asking these same questions.
You're going to a maybe. And look, you have Stacey Abrams, who raised questions in 2018, and that is a burden that she must carry. And there are those on the left who are, except I have to tell you, you de facto concede when you run for the same race again. But I'll give you the point, because it's something that she has to deal with. And there's no question that people on the left are bubbling up. But the idea that this is a both-sides-er kind of situation is really kind of laughable. You can't look at what happened after January 6th and how the democracy was attacked, and the people that you now have on ballots who have to check that box if they want to be in the Republican Party to say, I don't think Trump lost the last election. That's a sad state of affairs, but here's the good news, brother. Time gives us a chance to change, and that's what's happening in America tonight. People are voting. The drama is low. Hopefully the outcomes will be certain. Now, let me ask you something about the room you're in. So the former president gives NewsNation an exclusive interview, and he is treating Governor DeSantis, who had a big win tonight, like a piñata. He's hitting him in the nose. Bam, he gives him a nickname. Bam, you were nothing before me. Bam, you never would have won without me. Is Governor DeSantis living in the mind of our former president rent-free?
Absolutely not. Look, Governor DeSantis just won a huge victory tonight. President Trump announced earlier today that obviously he voted for Ron DeSantis for governor for his reelection. He's a supporter of Governor DeSantis, but clearly there's a little bit of rivalry going on and maybe building up, but maybe not. Who knows who ends up getting in this race? And I don't think that's going to come to fruition or be an issue until this thing really shakes itself out.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.